Thank you, student loans, for getting me through university. I don't think I could ever repay you. Welcome back to the Bit of Truth for a strange Sunday. Let's just hope the woke universities haven't ruined your weekend. Now, I can't think of a harder job in the world that demands complete and utter respect as defending your country. These brave men and women risk their lives in keeping us safe and get paid fuck all for doing it. Other than being forced out of their own bases to hold Dover discoverers, or being riddled with sewage problems in their own homes like we saw yesterday, another slap in the face has come the military's way. Woke university students banned the army from its annual Freshers' Fair. Yes, that's right, students have been slammed by the Defence Secretary for banning the army from the university's annual Freshers' Fair. Well, firstly, fuck you, Bristol Student Union. These woke losers who claim to be a union place of open-mindedness and inclusivity, except for when they're posing their anti-military views on students. Don't worry when we're fighting off the next inevitable war, your bachelor's degree in drama will save us all. You can pretend to be superheroes and stop the bad guys. You lot are a complete disgrace, and a prime example of why our country is gone down the shitter.
Wankers!
Now, speaking of things that are completely wrong with this country, let's head back over to the judicial system and check on our judge jokers. Yup, still completely screwed. A judge tells a horizontal jogging offender, "I won't be surprised to see you again," as he lets him walk free from court. So here we go again, another rapper who's being given another chance to piss up the wall, putting our sisters, girlfriends, wives and daughters in danger again. This loser, who's had 8 previous convictions from 9 offences, including breaching the 1-2 buckle my shoe offenders register on 6 occasions, has only seen him serve short sentences on each. This utter stain on society even likes girls as young as 12, yet was only handed another suspended sentence. He cared so much about the lenient laws of the land, he pissed off on a jolly to Amsterdam. Who's to bet that he's going to reoffend again? Well, even the judge thinks so. So why not lock him up?
This is so dumb.
And let's just keep on the same vein on how terrible the judicial system is in this country. It's no wonder why we're seeing trial by media so effective, yet so dangerous and wrong. A grinning thug poses for selfies outside of court after he's spared jail for stabbing a stranger. Yes, here we go. Yet another waste of space who stabbed a stranger twice take his smiling triumphant selfies after being handed an 18-month community order. This tough guy ran up behind a man who was being attacked by 3 others and inflicted his violence despite not knowing any of the men involved. This is not what normal people do. How can we let people like this, who are clearly mentally unwell, to leave through the front doors of the court and back out into the general public, even having previous convictions for robbery and possession of a bladed article back in 2019?
It's really fucking stupid.
And here we go, I got one more. I'm really not trying to ruin your Sunday, but I just need to highlight the utter contempt that bad people have when they get away with it with help from our courts. Here is a drink driver's Facebook post after walking free from court. Yes, we've got another worthless human being who caused a head-on smash after driving the wrong way around the roundabout whilst he was so drunk he couldn't even speak. This piece of shit then walked away from the scene and claimed that an imaginary friend had been the driver. Having 2 previous convictions from 5 offences, including being banned from the road by a magistrate just 4 days after the incident for a separate drink driving offence. But don't worry everyone, once he was let out the front doors of the court, it didn't take him long to post this. Someone definitely looking down on me today from a higher power with a smiley face.
Unfucking believable.
So there you go everyone, the police are asleep, the judges don't seem to care. It's no wonder why crime is at an all-time high. Speaking of that, let's have a look at what's going on there today. Thieves ambush a DPD van to steal packages. Lovely. So not only can we not buy anything from a shop because it's either locked up or already stolen, we can't even get it delivered either. The delivery driver could do nothing but watch on helplessly as the duo nicked the boxes and loaded them into their getaway car all within 60 seconds. And don't bother asking why the delivery driver didn't attempt to try and stop them. I wouldn't, would you, with one of them carrying a screwdriver? No. Just another day in our lawless land where the police couldn't catch a cold and the judges couldn't give a flying fuck.
Unbelievable.
It doesn't get any better with non-violent crime either. A Sunderland HMRC worker mistreated her position to fraudulently claim almost £250,000. Yes, this salad dodger and her husband got caught playing the system. She claimed that 3 of her kids were disabled and submitted false tax credits for another 15, trying to claim £434,000, but only got away with £238,000. She even had the nerve to joke with her husband, saying, "Should we have another kid?" before adding, not physically, laugh out loud. Her greedy plans were foiled when she tried to backdate claims to 2009, which would have resulted in her getting a further £107,000 of your hard-earned tax money. Well, for this scheme, she only got 2 years and 4 months, so probably out in half of that, and her husband got let off again with a suspended sentence.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let's have a look at the Dover discoverers and see if any decent ones have managed to sail into our shores just yet. Well, judging by these two, again, it's still a resounding no. Illegal immigrants are jailed for running a huge greenery factory hidden inside a disused poundland. Yes, these two, no doubtably fleeing from terror to become gardeners in the UK, got caught with more than 500 plants worth more than £430,000 after neighbouring shops began complaining about the smell that was coming from the empty store. Don't worry, the judges came in to save the day. They gave him a sentence of 5 years combined for the 2 of them. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I quit!
Now, speaking of the Dover discoverers, let's continue down that English channel. A migrant hotel takeover forces an end to local family services. Yes, don't worry about the holiday makers, the businesses, weddings, community clubs, or even a Sussex sport coaching company that just lost access to a Chichester hotel swimming pool because we've got gardeners to save. Yes, the swimming company, who teaches kids how to swim and has been using the facilities for 15 years, will have its last session today after they were told just last Monday there's no more room at the inn. British people again suffering, whilst the hotel owners count their cash and the government couldn't care less. Well done!
It's a bloody disgrace.
And don't worry about the MRIs that I showed you this week. The government have come up with a new clever way to distinguish a 6-foot tall man with a beard might actually not be a child. The Home Office are using a Gillette shave test in order to guess the age of migrants. Yes, finally we got a solution to a very big problem. Official claims that almost 50% of migrants who claim to be under the age of 18 are actually adults. Our plan? To shave them and see how long it takes to grow back. How about we shave the dead brain cells out of the idiot that come up with this and see if any normal brain cells return in its place?
That's a good idea, honey.
Speaking of finding new lands, British expats in France are forced to take French lessons and could lose their visas if they fail the test. So, what's the problem here? The same should apply here. If you want to stay and live here, you must learn to speak our language. I used to live in Montreal, and I couldn't even get the most basic of jobs until I learned their lingo to at least a proficient level. I had no issues with that. It's called assimilating. Learn the language or
Get the fuck out!
Right, so what have we learned today? Bristol University doesn't want the army unless it's to protect them. Criminals are getting away with anything and don't seem to care. Judges are letting them get away with anything and don't seem to care. The government wants to shave migrants and learn the language or get the fuck out. Signing out.